So basic tools required for this job is screwdriver, set of screwdrivers, medium sized. This screwdriver includes Phillips head screwdriver, minus bit screwdriver, and 4-bit screwdriver. One tweezer set, good quality tweezer set. Uh, cleaning brushes like this kind of brushes. One large size brush, small size, and one toothbrush. All these brushes are for cleaning and for servicing the laptop. Screwdrivers should be in this size, only the bit size. Length is no matter how long the screwdriver is. The bit size should be like this. Alright, and tweezers and magnifying glasses. Magnifying glasses, the lens. This magnifying glass is used to look on the motherboard to see the rating of the components, because sometimes it is hard for us to see the rating with naked eye. These are the basic tools required for doing a laptop repair business, and some electronic tools are regulated power supply, switch mode regulated power supply, 0 to 30 volts, 5 amperes, and soldering iron, one medium sized soldering iron 25 watts, and one variable resistor DC soldering iron. This is micro soldering iron for doing small minute works on the motherboard. And after that you need a hot air gun soldering station for doing SMD repairs, surface mounted devices. The cost for these equipments is basically around 4500 to 5000. One major tool required for this repair is BGA soldering station, ball grid array. It is known as BGA reballing station. The reballing station, the cost of this reballing station starts from 1 lakh and goes up to 3.5 lakhs to 10 lakhs. You can start your business with the basic starting range BGA station. It costs up to 1 lakh to 1.5 lakh. Initially, you need not to invest in this BGA station. I'm saying this because if you start the repair business, in starting you will get basic repairs like power, no power, dead laptop, sometimes no display. And the BGA station is mostly used in no display faults. Like BGA station is used to replace chips like this. This is known as a BGA chip. The BGA chip looks like this, ball grid array. Alright, so out of 10 laptops, out of 20 laptops, you will hardly get one laptop which requires this BGA work. So need not to invest a lot in this BGA station initially. You can get this job done from somebody else who owns a BGA reballing station. If you have adequate budget, then you can go for this BGA reballing station. And for opening a shop, you have to keep basic set of spare parts in your stock. In your area, if the spare parts are easily available, then you need not to keep these spares in your stock. The basic spares include laptop AC adapters, the charger, the batteries, LCD or LED screens, keyboards, hinges. If you keep one or two pieces of adapters, it is enough. One piece of each battery. The running models, batteries for the running models that are used frequently these days. The keyboards, one keyboard at least for each laptop, and hinges. Then DVD writers, one or two hard disks. The all over requirement, the budget for these spares can go up to 1 lakh to 1.5 lakh, including your tools and spares. And if you go for a BGA station plus 1 lakh more, means you have to invest 2 lakh to 2.5 lakhs if you start your business with the BGA station, and without BGA station 1 to 1.5 lakh investment is required. Rest of all the investment is up to you, like the kind of furniture you want to set up, the kind of shop, interiors, that all depends upon you. The next thing is market survey. Market survey is very important before opening a laptop repair shop. The market survey, you have to do this survey to get the quotations for the laptop spares. You have to visit different distributor offices and check the comparison between the prices they are giving you and the after sales service. Sorry, and the after sales service. The after sales service means like you get a spare part damaged and it is in under warranty. The person who is offering you good after sales service is good to do business with you. You have to check the availability of spare parts in your area. If these spares are easily available, then you should not keep these spares in your stock, and the basic investment required to open your shop lowers down if you have spares easily available in your area. Otherwise, you have to keep the spares in your stock. Now I am going to describe you the basic working of basic tools required for this laptop repair job. The most important tool first of all is the multimeter. This multimeter is used to uh, trace the components, the fault in the components. Alright, now and we can also measure voltage, AC voltage, DC voltage, resistance from with the help of this multimeter. How to use this multimeter? There is a common probe. Put the negative black wire in this common, and here there is a denomination of a diode or a resistance sign. The next wire you have to put in this hole, and to check the continuity, first of all, to check the continuity, move this multimeter on this continuity sign. Continuity means to check the continuity of two tracks, means the track broken or joint firmly. If the track is joint, then there will be a beep like this. Same is in the motherboard. If you want to check the continuity, means if the track is joint or open, you can check like this. See, this track is joint, so it is giving beep. The track that is open means it is not joint with the wire, will not give any beep. The beep is for checking continuity. To check the resistance, here is the value of resistance, 20 kilo ohm, 2 mega ohm. The resistance is measured in ohms. So you have to move the slider onto ohms, the resistance value, and put these two probes on the resistance. If the resistance is short, means the resistance is short circuited, then it will give a beep. If the resistance is fine, then it will give value of the resistance, means 20 mega ohms, 20 ohms, 5 kilo ohms, like this. If the resistance is open, means the resistance is faulty. If the resistance is open, no circuit is further remaining in the resistance, then there will be no value, no beep. This also means the resistance is faulty. To check the voltage, the AC voltage, you can move the slider on AC notification, and there are different values of AC voltage written over here. 700 volts, 200 volts. It means you can measure up to 700 volts if the slider is on 700, and if it is on 200, you can measure up to 200 volts only. So if you want to check the AC voltage, like AC voltage in our homes, it is up to 220 volts to 230 volts. Move this slider to 700 volts and put these two wires in phase and neutral. It will give the AC voltage rating, means how much voltage is coming in your home. To check the DC voltage, move the slider on DC rating and place the negative probe on negative and the positive probe on positive. If you do the inverse, you place the positive knob on negative and a negative knob on positive, it will give the reading in minus. The minus sign will come in front of the reading, but reading will be accurate. This is the working of multimeter. Now I will tell you the working of hot air gun. How to use the hot air gun. Hot air gun has a handle like this. It blows a hot air. Keep the hot air gun. Hot air gun is used to rip the components of the motherboard like this. The MOSFETs, capacitors, coils and small ICs like this. To use the hot air gun, keep the handle 1.5 inches or 2 inches above the component and move it in circular motion. Alright, you have to apply a uniform heat on the motherboard. After the keep the heat of this hot air gun up to 300, not more than 350 degrees. It will damage the component. If the component comes out at 250 degrees, then keep the temperature knob at 250 degrees only. Move it in circular motion. After 2 to 3 minutes, the component will start lifting. With the help of a tweezer, lift the component gently. Keep in mind not to damage or not to move these small components nearby, otherwise your circuit will break. These are the magnifying glasses. These are used to check the rating of components on the motherboard. You can view the components, like if there is a physical damage in this component. This is a small tiny component, half the size of rice. To view the damage on this component, you have to use a magnifying glass to see this component. This is a useful tool. These are the cleaning brushes. The cleaning brushes are used to clean the laptop. This large brush, big brush, is used to clean the keyboard or to do the cleaning of fan of the motherboard, or to clean the fan of the laptop or clean a keyboard. This is for servicing only. The small brushes, these brushes are used to clean the motherboard. Like if there is a liquid spill, the customer said he spilled milk over this laptop. The milk will dry up and the residue of sugar, the remains, will get settled on this motherboard and you will find it hard to identify the components. Alright, so pour some thinner or some petrol over the motherboard and clean the components like this. You can use this toothbrush also. Alright, gently clean this, rub this motherboard, it will get cleaned up. After that, pour some more petrol or thinner, clean it gently, and then the components identification will be visible to you. Now I am going to describe you the basic spare parts. The spare parts you need to keep in your stock. While using the hot air gun, you have to keep one thing in mind, that the airflow and the temperature settings are accurate. If they are not correct, the airflow is more or temperature is high, then you are at the risk of burning this motherboard, the layers of this motherboard. See, there are track layers, the circuit layers on the top and on the bottom, and 4 layers of tracks, 4 to 6 layer of tracks are in between these two layers. Means this is a 6 to 8 layered motherboard. This is a 8 layered motherboard. Sony MBX, Sony Vaio. Alright, so if you apply much air pressure with temperature, then the board will become bulgy and it will result in permanent damage to this motherboard. If the layers get damaged, you cannot repair this motherboard at any cost because the track is broken.